Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome back to NGS2. This is another top 10 in the world video. So this time we're going to look at the top 10 best Karma players for Master Ninja Chapter Challenge, okay? So we'll start at rank number 10. Bearing in mind some of these players haven't done every chapter and they're still in the top 10 rank. So it just shows how easy it is to get top 10. So let's go to the top of the boards. So rank 10 is Aldo Balabani. Let's go to his Ninja records. So I'll show you these. 3.7 million, 2.2 million, 2.6 million, 4.5 million, chapter 4. 852k isn't karmed. Chapter 6 is just under 2 million. Chapter 7, 2.75 million. 1,067,603, chapter 8. I believe is world record. 1.8 million, chapter 9. 1.75 million, chapter 10. 910k, chapter 11. Just under 3 million on chapter 12. 2.4 million, chapter 13. 2.5 million, chapter 14. 2.2 million, chapter 15. Another 2.2 million, chapter 16. And just under 2.3 million for chapter 17. So if you add Aldo Balbani's total, he has 38,945,908 karma, and he's currently ranked 10 in the world. Now, the player in rank 9 is one of the most famous players, and that is rank 11, chapter 16, Master Ninja, Sound Dreamer. Obviously, Sound Dreamer hasn't done a lot of MNCC karma, it doesn't really interest him, but he's still in the top 10, believe it or not. He's still top 10. So chapter 1, 2.3 million. Chapter 2, 2.9 million. Chapter 3, 1.25 million. Chapter 4, 1.6 million. Chapter 5, 1.45 million. Chapter 6 is 6.7 million. Chapter 7 is 1.5 million. Obviously I'm rounding these up to the nearest point. 1,020,600 in chapter 8, which is I believe like top 3. 4.4 million chapter 9. 1.3 million chapter 10. 802k chapter 11. 977,000 chapter 12. 1.66 million chapter 13. 1.9 million chapter 14. 5.7 million Master Ninja chapter 15. 2 million chapter 16. And 2.72 million chapter 17, which I believe is top 15. If you add Sound Dreamer's total, he has 40,357,182 karma. Now, the next person in our list is Wesker 860, who's ranked 7 on the same chapter. He's ranked 8 in the world for Team Mission Karma. This player is not very well known, but he is very good at karma on specific chapters. As you can see, chapter 1, look at that Acolyte karma, 30.3 million, 16.1 million Warrior, and 11 million Mentor. That's some serious karma. But we're looking at his Master Ninja, so 7 million on Master Ninja 1, 2.9 million Master Ninja 2, 2.7 million chapter 3, 6.1 million chapter 4, 780,000 for chapter 5, 3.7 million chapter 6, 4.7 million chapter 7, 676,000 chapter 8, 1.8 million chapter 9, 1.4 million chapter 10, 677,000 chapter 11, 4.5 million chapter 12, 4.4 million chapter 13, 1.9 million chapter 14, chapter 15 is 2.8 million, chapter 16 is 2.5 million, and chapter 17 is just under 2.2 million. So if you add Wesker 860's total, he has 51,060,030 karma. Now rank 7, we have to go on a different leaderboard because he's not placed on chapter 16. He's on chapter 14 instead. So let's go to this leaderboard. Top of the pile. So in 7th place is rank 2, but he's actually rank 1 legit, and that's P-Polky. World Record Order chapter 14 legit. 1.8 million chapter 1. 15.4 million chapter 2 world record. 1.2 million chapter 3. 1.5 million chapter 4. 763,000 chapter 5. 900,000 chapter 6. 1.5 million chapter 7. 930,000 chapter 8. 1.76 million chapter 9. 5.28 million chapter 10. 681,000 chapter 11. 735,000 chapter 12. 1.5 million chapter 13. 15,400,000 chapter 14 world record. 1.4 million chapter 15. 1.6 million chapter 16, and 2.94 million chapter 17 is definitely top 10 for that particular chapter. So if you add P-Polky's records for karma, he has 55,549,028 total karma points across 17 chapters, which is a lot. It really is. Now our next player is actually, if I'm looking at my notes correctly, I think he's on a different leaderboard. Yes, he is. We need to go back to chapter 16. So let's go back to 16. There will be a little bit of back and forth because some people aren't on the same boards, which is, you know, you have to deal with that. So this player is rank 3 on this leaderboard, but he's actually rank 1 because established cheaters, and that's Gundam My Star for MNCC. So 2.5 million chapter 1, 2 million chapter 2, 2.4 million chapter 3. Now you'll notice that was a 1 run only, and he spent 1 hour and 3 minutes to do that. 2.2 million chapter 4, 872,000 chapter 5, 7.3 million chapter 6, 10.3 million chapter 7, 945,000 chapter 8, 1.5 million chapter 9, 1.7 million chapter 10, 742,000 chapter 11, 11,204,000 chapter 12, so 11.2 mil, 2.9 million chapter 13, 2.2 million chapter 14, 3 million chapter 15, 5 million chapter 16, which I believe is rank 1, and 2.36 million chapter 17. Now if you add Gundam My Star's total, he has 59,532,872. Okay, now the player in 5th rank is on a different leaderboard, so it means I have to hop back to chapter 14 to find him. So he's ranked there, number 5, right behind me. Bear in mind, obviously number 1 is hack, right? So that's Zen836. So let's look at his karma for MNCC. Now I don't believe he's done every single one of these, so if he would have done that, he would have been higher on the list. 2.2 million chapter 1, 10 million chapter 2. He hasn't done chapter 3 or chapter 4. Chapter 5, 14 million. That's got to be close to world record, if not the world record. Chapter 6 is not been karmaed, 1 million. Chapter 7 hasn't been done. Chapter 8 is 861,000. Chapter 9 is 2.2 million. Chapter 10 is 11.4 million. That's world record. Chapter 11 is 13.7 million. That's probably world record as well. Chapter 12 hasn't been done, but he does know how to do it because he did Acolyte. He did 5.5 million on Acolyte in 3.5 hours. Chapter 13 hasn't been karmaed. Chapter 14 is 4.7 million in 5 hours 44 minutes. Chapter 15 hasn't been karmaed. Chapter 16 is 1.8 million. And chapter 17 is 1.9 million karma. So if you add his total, he has 64,020,288. So he's ranked 5 in the world. Now the player who's ranked 4 overall is on a different leaderboard. He's on chapter 13. So let's show you chapter 13. Top of the leaderboard. There he is. NGS2 is rank 4. So let's look at his shit, shall we? Master Ninja chapter 1, 20.4 million. Very, very, very high score. He's done that on pretty much every single difficulty. Chapter 2, 1.2 million. Chapter 3, 17,607,764, world record. Chapter 4, 1.7 million. But look at that Acolyte, 27.4 million. Chapter 5 is 772,000. Chapter 6 is 933,000. Chapter 7, 1.5 million. But he knows how to karma because he's done Acolyte and Warrior. Mentor to a degree. Chapter 8 is 786,000. Chapter 9 is 1.2 million. Chapter 10 is 1.47 million. Chapter 11, 682,000. But he knows how to karma because he's done Acolyte, 2 million. Chapter 12, 702,000. But he didn't karma that one. Chapter 13, world record, 15.4 million. Chapter 14 is 1.96 million. Chapter 15 on Master is 1.5 million. But he's done like 15 and 12 million respectively on chapter 15. A Wild Sound Dreamer appears. Chapter 16, 1.6 million. And finally, chapter 17 is 1.9 million. So if you add NGS2's total, he has 71,520,297 karma, which is pretty crazy actually. Now, rank 3, we can stay on this particular leaderboard, and that is rank 5, Joe Hayabusa-kun. So, let's look at his records. Remember, this guy's rank 3, but he hasn't done all of the chapters either. So, chapter 1, 7.6 million. Chapter 2, 3.47 million. Chapter 3, 2.68 million. Took 1 hour and 18 minutes to do it. Chapter 4, 1.6 million. Chapter 5 hasn't been done. Chapter 6, 17 million. That was previously world record until I smashed it. Chapter 7, 21.7 million. Now look at his mentor. He did 23.5 million in 9 hours 59 minutes. And he did 11.8 million on Warrior in 6 hours. Just shows how long these camera runs can get. Chapter 8 hasn't been done. Chapter 9 is 1.65 million. Chapter 10 is 1.67 million. Chapter 11 hasn't been done. Chapter 12 hasn't been done. Chapter 13 is 4.1 million. Chapter 14 is 3.1 million. Chapter 15 is 4.2 million. Chapter 16 is 1.8 million. And chapter 17 is 2,889,443. So if you add Joe Hayabusa-kun's total, 73,767,675. Currently rank 3. Rank 2, on the other hand, is rank 2 on chapter 13, Maximus of Germany. Chapter 1, 13 million. Chapter 2, 3.58 million. Chapter 3, 2.3 million. Chapter 4, 11.8 million. Chapter 5 is 6.6 million. Chapter 6 is 7.7 million. Chapter 8, Chapter 7 is 11.8 million. Chapter 8 is 851,000. Chapter 9 is 1.8 million. Chapter 10 is 1.7 million. Chapter 11 is 5.1 million. Chapter 12 was 12.3 million, which was the former world record until I beat it. Chapter 13, 7.2 million. Chapter 14 is 3.6 million. Chapter 15 is 6.5 million, which is world record. Chapter 16 is 3.8 million. And chapter 17 is 2.47 million. If you add Maximus's total up, 102,508,246 karma. He's only the second player in the world to achieve that, but he's also the first person in the world to achieve 100 million legitimately on Master Ninja Chapter Challenge Karma. Now we go to rank 1 for Karma on MNCC, and it's yours truly, me. Rank 3, Chapter 13. So, let me show you mine. You might have already seen this on my 20,000 team mission complete records, but we'll show it again because I'm rank 1. 26.6 million, Chapter 1. That's world record. Legit. Chapter 2, 10.8 million. That took me 5 hours to do. Chapter 3, 11.5 million. That took me 5 hours to get. Chapter 4, 15,468,859. Rank 1 legit. World record. Chapter 5, 2.4 million. Chapter 6, 24.4 million. World record. Chapter 7 is 6 million. I could get 10 on that. I keep meaning to go back and do chapter 7, but you need a lot of time and dedication to do karma, and I'm not in the mood to do it right now, but I will eventually do that. Chapter 8, I was only 413 points away from a million. Chapter 9 is 1.8 million. I could go back to that and improve that by like 300k pretty easily. Chapter 10, 2.7 million. Again, that's easily improved. Chapter 11, 3.4 million. Chapter 12, 13.8 million, world record, legit. Chapter 13 is 5.2 million. Chapter 14 is 7.1 million. Chapter 15 is 4.8 million. Chapter 16 is 2.8 million. And chapter 17 is just under 2.6 million. If you add my total for across all 17 chapters, I have 142,767,208 karma, rank 1 in the world, legit. So hopefully this was informative. Hopefully people learned what the top 10 karma players are for MNCC in the world as of the day of this recording legitimately. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and even subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you next time, man. Peace.